Hey, what's up you guys? This is Lucas here from excelwealth.com, and great that you joined in today's video. If you're a starter in the real estate and you're looking for a property for yourself to live in, now the question is always, should you be renting or should you be buying? Now, if you're wondering, like, okay, which one should I take? Well, you gotta watch today's video because I'll go into the actual general differences, which comparisons you should be doing for yourself to know, should you be buying or should you be renting? Okay, so we've got the million-dollar question, should I be buying a home or should I be renting a home? And actually, that question actually pops up very, very often because I'm a real estate investor and people do actually reach out to me saying like, Lucas, what is a good idea? Should I be renting this home? Should I be investing in this home and buy the property? Well, that's actually a very good question. Now, the very first thing is, let me ask you today, how long do you plan to stay in this home? Because the simplest answer is, if you plan to stay in this home for less than 3 years, well, most likely, obviously, you know the answer already, rent the place. Because most likely, you've chosen this place for a certain reason. You're gonna stay in this home not for a longer time than 3 years. And this, that's the first question. That's the first answer to give you. Now, if you already know, I'm going to buy this place, I'm going to live in this home for more than 7 years, at least you plan to live more than 7 years, then yes, buying into this home is not a bad idea. Because you already know that you're going to live there for 6 or 7 years, or maybe even more. 6 or 7, or even more. That actually... No, that does not rhyme. No, that doesn't. But I was thinking of, it could be rhyming, but never mind that. So time could be a thing. So if you already know, I'm going to live in a certain place for a short or long term, hey, buying and renting is not that difficult. But not everybody knows if they're going to stay in a certain place for a long time or a short time. And I totally get that. The moment you take a look in your own wallet, most people actually compare buying to renting like, as if it's the exact same thing. And I'm paying $1,000 for this place here, renting, and I'm paying $1,000 for that kind of place, buying. So isn't it obvious that I'm going to buy it for $1,000? Well, you got to think about it. The moment you buy a home, your mortgage may be $1,000. But how about insurance? How about the risks? How about all the things that break down in your home? Have you ever thought about that? Because the moment you rent a place, insurance is already taken care of. Repairs, already taken care of. Now, you don't have to think about those. How about location? The moment you buy a home that actually has a mortgage of $1,000 per month, most likely it's in a different neighborhood than the apartment that you actually rented for $1,000 per month. Now, renting a property, in most cases, lies in a nice location. This is why these people can actually ask $1,000 per month of rent. Or there are so many facilities in the neighborhood that you, as a person who lives there, actually needs. Now, as a real estate investor myself, when I take a look at my properties, the properties that I actually rent out to other people, they're very good locations. They're nearby for example, a highway. They're nearby a supermarket. They're nearby the city center, depending on what kind of people I want to attract for those places. Now, it's not like selling hamburgers, I want to attract lots of people. In the end, I can just attract one family, rent that home to that family, and that's it. And most families just stay, 6 to 7 years in my rental properties. So you have to really think about it. Why do I want to buy or why do I want to rent a certain place? What is the most important key factor for you? Because if you want to buy a property for wealth growth, if you want to buy a property that has equity growth over time, good. Buying a property is good. Now, the moment you buy a property and you think after a few years' time, I don't want to live here anymore. Make the choice for yourself. Do you want to sell this property now or do you want to rent it out? As a real estate owner yourself. Have you ever thought about that? Now, let me give you one thing. The moment you do that, The very most important thing is, if you rent out your property, you got to change your mortgage as well, because most likely it's a private mortgage compared to a business mortgage. Those are different. Now, I don't know about your country, but here in the Netherlands, the moment you have a mortgage, privately for your own personal home, at least the interest rates are a lot cheaper. This is why the bank will say the moment you actually plan to rent out your place to somebody else, the bank will say, ha, whoa, ho, you're treating this as a business, so you gotta, give me a little bit more of interest, because it might be a bit risky to have people renting your place who are not you. I give you this money as a mortgage because I know you are gonna live in it. But if you let other people live in it, then I want a piece of, the pie as well. So the bank will say, you know what, give me some more as well, some more interest. That's actually the most cases what banks just do in a business mortgage. So that is something you have to think about. So if you live in a place right now and after a few years you think, you know what, I'm going to rent it out to somebody else, good for you. Think about what requirements you need to do to be able to make that happen. Coming back to the question, is it better to rent? Is it better to buy? Really depends on what your plans are. If you actually plan, like I said, to live nearby the facilities, and you can buy a home nearby the area, and you plan to live there for a longer time, hey, it's very obvious, buy the home. But if you already know, you know what, I don't want all the hassle with the repairs, I don't want the hassle with, paying all the insurances, I don't want to hassle with, all the neighborhoods, everybody, maybe renting is a better place. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button, because it will really influence YouTube's algorithm and telling YouTube, like, these videos that Lucas are shooting for you guys is actually quite interesting. You gotta watch some more. I will have myself popping up over here. At least I will tell my video editor to do that, to pop it up and tell you, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. I thank you very much. I'll see you on the next. Happy investing. Bye-bye.